are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another live Q&A here on this Wednesday evening. It is February 19th, 6 p.m. Eastern on the dot. I was actually fully on time today. Proud. But we're here. We're hanging out. For those who are new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome. Basically, I'm going to hang out for like an hour to an hour and a half, answer your questions, talking movies, shows, life, food, theme parks, sports, whatever it is. Fire off your questions in the chat now. Get them out. And I will get to as many questions as I can. It's a very laid-back, chill vibe. I thoroughly enjoy these streams. I've got a water, so you'll see me do water breaks like that a lot because I yap on these streams. And I also have a Dr. Pepper Zero, so I'm double fisting today. Let's crack that open, actually. Refreshing. But no, welcome in, everybody. Hope you're having a good week so far. I haven't done a stream in, I think, 2 weeks, so it feels good to be back. And yeah, fire for questions. Let's talk the MCU. Someone's got to ask a question about Brave New World. I'm sure someone will ask about Cobra Kai, Stranger Things, all that stuff. Let's talk about it all now. And if you're watching on the replay as well, I know there's a lot of you guys who can't make it live. Hello, let me know in the comments if you're here on the replay. But if you are here live, fire for questions. And Super Chat is the way to go to guarantee I get to your question, comment, or concern immediately. It's also a huge way to help support the channel. And on top of that, hit the like button. It's free. Boom, do it. Hit the like button. Helps out tremendously, frankly. But yeah, let me put this over here and so it doesn't fall. My phone right there seems appropriate. And let's run it. Let's see. We got 58 people in here already. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. Welcome, everybody. I have not seen Dogman. First question is, have you seen Dogman? I have not. Emily's in here. Welcome. The Craving, always making a little cameo. JJ's in the house. Dylan, how you doing? Starcourt the mod himself in here. And again, Super Chat is the way to go to guarantee I get your question. We got Alex in here, CK Knight, Eli. We got Jason Cruz. What a legend he is. Caleb in here, Trenton, Avery Johnson. Welcome in, everybody. Carson says, hey, can't hang on the stream today, but wanted to know what your top 3 shows that aren't Stranger Things are. Phenomenal question. I love this. So obviously Stranger Things is my favorite show of all time, but if I had to throw that out the window, it doesn't exist. What are my 3 favorite shows? I've done tier list rankings over the years about this. It's a very difficult question for me because I rewatch a lot of TV, and you've got like Marvel shows, Star Wars shows, drama shows, comedy shows, like the sitcoms. It's really difficult for me to answer this one. So I'm going to try and give one from sort of each genre just to, spread it out a little bit, spread the love, I guess. I could sit here and say, oh, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, but they're all kind of relatively drama. You know what I'm saying? So we'll do a sitcom. We'll do a sitcom, a sort of drama show, and then one of the, Star Wars, Marvel type shows. I feel like that is fair game. So that also kind of disqualifies Cobra Kai, I guess, from this specific ranking, but I do love Cobra Kai, as you guys know. So I'll say, as a sitcom right now, I'd have to say It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I finally caught up at the end of last year, but it had been a show I'd been watching for about a year and a half. I had really intentionally sort of spaced out the way I was watching the show. And so that's the funniest show I've ever seen by far. It is the funniest. I get clips of it like on my TikTok For You page daily. I send like clips and memes to my friends all the time from that show. I find myself quoting it more and more. It is the funniest show of all time to me. So I will go in the sitcom genre, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. In the overall sort of drama genre, I mean, that's a tough one, guys. I won't say it yet because I just watched it, but I honestly believe that within a year or so, I could probably comfortably say Succession. I won't say that right now because it could be recency bias, but man, I feel like I have to. Honestly, I will go Better Call Saul, okay? Because Better Call Saul has grown on me over Breaking Bad over time. They're both phenomenal shows, but I'd probably go Better Call Saul. And then outside of that, in like the superhero genre, that's where things get difficult. That's where things get really difficult for me. And I actually love the shows I'm naming, but there are shows I watch more. Like if I'm talking rotational shows, I've seen Cobra Kai countless times. I might as well throw that in there. I probably should. Pure favorite, Cobra Kai contends. It contends for a spot in this list, but I'm trying to spread it out from things I talk about all the time. So one more spot here. We'll go. I got to get an assist from my notes app. I'm a freak and I have a bunch of notes on my phone about this kind of stuff for when I get asked these kinds of questions specifically. Let me go to the TV tab in my notes. TV shows I've seen completed. Let's see. Okay, I will throw a bone to It's tough. It's tough. It's tough, guys. We will go with. I feel like I'm gonna just say Game of Thrones. I have to. I'm sorry. I have to. It's a show that I know so well front to back. I hate season 8. Seasons 1 through 7 are some of the best TV ever. So I will say that because of in my life, I'm looking at my full life, not just like this year or the past 2 years. Like in my life, I've spent so much time devoted to Game of Thrones. So I'll say that. And if someone were to throw on the show right now, I'm watching it with you. I'll watch it with you through season 7, and then I'll stop. But that's 7/8 of the show, so it deserves that. It deserves that love. We got 5 super chats to kickstart this thing. BK says, "What do you think of the Strainings 5 picks on X/Twitter?" Yeah, so I'm not making any content about that. I saw it, and I just fear that we're like I don't think that. Like there are certain things I'll cover and certain things I will not cover. Certain things feel too leaky. Like there was a headline recently I'm not even going to make a video on because it gets into this territory where I'm not comfortable covering it. Nothing is obviously set in stone, but there are a lot of rumored leaks running around online, and some things I just don't want to cover. Some things I will, some things I won't. I kind of make a judgment call every time, but there's some paparazzi photos I never discussed on the channel. I alluded to them. I was like, there's this thing that could indicate this, but I don't go in. Like there's one, I'm thinking of one image in particular of characters at a certain point in the season that could indicate their fate. That's how vague I'm being. And I saw that and I was like, I'm not making a video about that. So regarding this, yeah, I saw that some photos out of context, like when I was scrolling on Twitter, looked like screen grabs from a potential trailer, maybe. I don't know what it was, but it was basically just more high def versions of shots we'd already seen in like the behind the scenes teaser or from Ross Duffer's Instagram. So I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know if it's legit or not. And I'm not making anything about it. So that's my thoughts on it. I wish that we didn't live in a society where leaks were, running as wild. Like Cobra Kai, for example, like fully leaked, episodes leaked. I think it happened with Arcane. I'm kind of getting fearful that it's going to happen with Stranger Things, which would suck if that happened. Detective Cobra with the super chat saying, Kreese and Silver top 10 villains all time. Who's the better villain is the real question. I think Silver. I just think Thomas Ian Griffith's screen presence is unmatched. I've said it so many times now, but I mean it. He is basically a Dafoe goblin in the Cobra Kai universe. Like he is very much Willem Dafoe's goblin, losing his mind. I love it. The way that he plots. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Jello Plays TV says, did you start any of those shows from the poll? I have not yet. You want to know why? Because I got caught up on Invincible. So I put that poll out after I finished Succession. I think it was The Sopranos, Peaky Blinders, and Dexter. And Peaky Blinders won the poll. I won the poll on both my Instagram and YouTube for next big show to watch. And so I didn't actually end up watching either yet, any of those shows yet, because I rewatched Invincible. Now we're getting new episodes that weekly, and I started the Spielberg journey. But it's only February. I'm looking at this as like a year of television for me. So I will get to Peaky Blinders eventually. It'll be the next show I probably watch down the line. But Daredevil Born Again will currently end the same day as Andor season 2 premiere. Apparently, that's hype, really hype actually. But yeah, so I haven't started any of those shows yet. But Peaky Blinders is probably next on the radar. Donovan with the little super chat. Thank you, Donovan. Oh, did you mean to send this twice, BK? Let me know. And then Donovan says, hey, Chris, just wanted to thank you because your coverage of Cobra Kai got me interested to binge the show this past June, right before part 1 of season 6. That's awesome. That's very cool to hear. I'm glad. I hope you loved it, Donovan. And what's crazy is like I hadn't watched Cobra Kai until I believe it was like the month or so leading up to season 5 is when I actually started Cobra Kai. And my friend Starcourt, Food Court, the mod, you guys know him, the man, and many others actually were like, you got to watch Cobra Kai. People had always commented, watch Cobra Kai. And so I was persuaded to watch it. And I started with the reaction series, and now the show's come to an end. And for me, someone who was introduced to the show by like friends, that I met online, to have introduced someone else to the show is pretty wild. So I'm glad you watched it. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm assuming you did enjoy it. Honestly, it's a banger of a show. It really is. Dr. Pepper Zero Break. Refreshing, little caffeine boost. Why not? TCKH with the super chat. Thank you. What's up, bro? What are 3 spinoffs you would like to see from Cobra Kai? Great question. I would say spinoffs from the world of Cobra Kai. I heard through the grapevine that they're actually thinking about doing something with the Binary Bros. I think Binary Brothers would be like Cobra Kai Binary Brothers would be a pretty cool name for that spinoff. They might do something with Hawk and Dimitri, which they're the Binary Brothers. I think that would be really neat. I saw like a snippet of an article of the creators of Cobra Kai talking about how that might actually be a thing. And so very cool if so. That would be one of my picks, like see their adventures at Caltech and, maybe have some other characters appear, like maybe Moon or someone has a bigger role, and then they could also have some new characters there as well. That would be one of my pitches. Another one would basically just be it would basically just be a continuation of Cobra Kai, so I'm hesitant to even call it a spinoff. It would literally be like Cobra Kai season 7, and it would still have Johnny and Daniel in it. I would want to see like Devin Lee almost be the main character and have Devin, Kenny, Anthony, their journey through, them being in the All Valley, introduce another dojo or something like that. But could it get too repetitive at that point? I don't know. It would basically just be Cobra Kai season 7, like the most out of any of it, because Johnny and Daniel are their senseis. You know what I'm saying? So that would be a little tough to pull off, but I would want to see something with Devin Lee. And then my other spinoff idea, I would say, honestly, I don't know, like as much as I would love to see sort of a Robbie, Tori on tour type of show, I don't know if it would work. I would say this would be my least favorite probably, but the door is probably the most open for it because they could play around with a whole new world. I would say there's two. One would be like a Shozin Kim Dae-eun show, miniseries if anything. But the one that I think they would do is actually a prequel, Miyagi prequel. That's what I would actually want to see the most. And they had teased that. There were reports that might be happening. A Miyagi prequel series, I'm there day one. So those are 3 spinoffs from the world of Cobra Kai I would be interested in seeing. Thank you for the super chat again. Carissa with the super chat. Thank you. Nice haircut. Yes, I got a haircut this morning. So feeling good. It was getting too bushy for my liking. It was almost out of control, frankly. And I look back, the last time my hair got super long was like 2022. And honestly, if you want to see my hair ridiculously long, you should go watch anything I made about the Batman. It was in like end of February or March of 2022. My hair was absurdly long back then for some reason. I don't know why, but my hair doesn't get long like, say, a Bucky Barnes or something. My hair just gets stacked. It stacks on top of itself because it's like it's not an afro, but it's so thick that it just goes, it doesn't like fall. It's a thick head of hair. So yeah, open to a Stranger Things group watch. I'm not sure. I think I'll probably be watching season 5, for the first time on my own. Probably do a reaction to it, honestly. And then, yeah, Stranger Things group watch. I don't know, like I don't know how that would work. A live watch party. There's always potential for that. I've dabbled in that years ago with Marvel shows and Star Wars shows, but that's kind of from a past era, I feel, of the channel. I've kind of moved on from like live watch along content, but never say never. Part 3 of Cobra Kai was cinema. The finale hit. Avery says, what are you most looking forward to in movies and television this year? I would say Stranger Things, obviously, but in terms of movies, I really cannot wait for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. I'm so stoked for that movie. I was talking about it the other day with my friend. Like, I'm looking forward to it. Very much so. And the stunts, like the teaser dropped, the little thing the spot, that's what it's called, the Super Bowl. And like my dad texted me immediately. He was like, oh, I can't wait for this movie. Like that would probably be number 1 in terms of movies, but I'll shout out some things I haven't talked about much on the channel because I want to do that today. I was going through like my what's upcoming TV list in my notes, and Alien Earth is one of the shows I have written down. It is fascinating that this show comes out this summer and it's canon to Alien. I believe it's on Hulu, FX, Disney Plus, something like that. All of the above, I guess, actually, depending on where you live. But Alien Earth fascinates me deeply. So that's a show I want to shout out. Did I enjoy Terry Silver in Part 3? Absolutely. He's the man. Joey K, what's your favorite song from each James Gunn movie / show soundtrack? For the first Guardians, Ain't No Mountain High Enough, because of my love for Remember the Titans. That song is prominent in that film, so I would say that. For Guardians 2, Southern Nights is a song that stands out. Southern Nights. And then for Guardians 3, many come to mind, but I just remember in that era when that movie came out, like Dog Days Rover, like that song, just listening to it in the car, it was just so upbeat. Great era. And then for like the Suicide Squad, I'd have to go look at the soundtrack. And then Creature Commandos, whatever the intro is, the intro music, it's a banger, that song. All right. I love the movie, but Mace Windu v. Palpatine is such a mad fight. It really is. And I think I referenced that in one of my Cobra Kai reactions, and rewatching that scene because I went to find the footage on YouTube. It's a joke. Like Ian McDermott, who plays Palpatine, like his face is completely CGI and he's moving like it's like the Enchantress from 2016 Suicide Squad. Sickening stuff, really. But yeah, that movie is heavily flawed and people just act like it isn't. I really dig it, trust me. But it is not some like a masterpiece movie to me. It's very flawed. I'm meeting Gayton in a week. Awesome. What paint pen should I use? Are you getting a Funko Pop sign? If you're getting the season 4 one, it's like right over my shoulder right here. I like purple. Like there was like a purple pink. It looked really sick, honestly. Do I think they will make a Stranger Things themed D&D board if it doesn't exist already? Yeah, I'm sure something like that exists. I don't know, honestly, if they have like I'm not well versed in Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm sure they have some sort of Stranger Things themed one already. If not, it's in the works, you know. Gavin in the house. Shout out, Gavin. Let's see. Where was... Oh, I lost... Oh, there we go. Hey, Chris, have you seen Beautiful Boy with Chalamet and Curl? I have not. I know. I'm ashamed. I've seen clips from the film. I've never fully watched it, though. But a lot of people I've heard say that's his most underappreciated performance. Timothy Chalamet, that is. So haven't watched it, but I'm very familiar with it. New haircut? Yes, I did get a haircut today. I did. Andrew, I hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good, man. Have you seen The Gorge on Apple TV Plus? It's a good watch. I haven't, but multiple people I know have watched this movie now and have texted me about it. So I have not seen it, but it's on the radar. It could be the next 2025 watch for me, but we'll see. I'm on a Spielberg journey right now. I have 45 minutes left in a movie that's shockingly bad to have been directed by Steven Spielberg. You'll have to follow me on Letterboxd to see what I'm referring to. Maybe someone can even guess it. But I'm like astounded at how bad this movie is. I just have to get through it. And then I've got a 3-film run that I'm pumped for. It's all rewatches. So I'll have Raiders, E.T., Temple of Doom. Very pumped for that. But this movie stinks. It honestly shocks me that Spielberg directed it. So good. Dr. Pepper Zero. Sully. Shout out Sully. Chris, have you checked out Neja 2? Apologies if I mispronounced. Animated movie out of China. It's already the 8th highest grossing movie ever. Definitely recommend the films. I have not checked it out, but I saw it made $1 billion pretty fast and is rising in popularity as we speak. No clue what it is. None. I've just heard the title and I've seen it pop up on Twitter, but I've never seen this movie. I don't know. I can't say I even really have the desire to watch it, but fascinating. Neja 2. It's the 8th highest grossing movie ever made. That's wild to me. Wow. Yeah, I have not seen it. Haven't seen it. Eli says, what do you think about the green guy from Brave New World? I thought he was very underdeveloped. Yeah. Well, Marvel probably waited too long to bring that character back. Obviously, he was in The Incredible Hulk, and, now he's here again. Definitely one of the weakest elements of the film, in my opinion. The leader, Dr. Samuel Stearns, played by Tim Blake Nelson. Strange choice, and, yeah, it is what it is. Very weird, I would say, though. I agree. Underdeveloped. Let's see. Hey, Chris, did you like that Johnny swept the leg instead of the crane kick? Yeah, after thinking on it, yeah. I mean, in the moment, I was so caught up. I was like, it would be so cool if he... we might have a cameo, an indie cameo. I think we do.
I would never say it's also a Cameron cameo.
I guess it is a cameo. Hey, buddy. It's Indie Cat. Look at him. Hey, buddy. Who's a good boy?
He looks so handsome.
He does. He's being so good. He's like, I have no clue where I am. He has no clue that he's on camera right now.
Do you know where his new favorite place to hide is?
Where?
In between the door and the laundry basket for the towels.
He said, hi. Love you, buddy.
What are we talking about?
Do I like that Johnny swept the leg instead of doing the crane kick?
I do.
Yeah, I think it's cool. But I mean, obviously in the moment, like I said, I was like, oh, he's going to do the crane kick. He didn't. I'm fine with it, though. Hello there. Do I think Cap 4 is worth seeing in theaters, or should I see A Complete Unknown and wait for Disney Plus to watch Cap 4? I personally enjoyed Captain America Brave New World. If you're a fan of Marvel movies and superhero movies and you want to see something in theaters, I recommend seeing it in theaters, but it is not going to blow your socks off by any means. Yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I think A Complete Unknown is almost on streaming, right? So I don't know. That's my answer. Ooh. Which character of Cobra Kai you wish had a better storyline? Good question. In season 6, I did not care for the Master Kim storyline at all. I thought that anytime we cut over there, I was like, oh, here we go again. It just was so detached from that world. Cobra Kai in and of itself has always kind of been, insane, absurd, over the top, cheesy, you name it. But that storyline always kind of took me out a bit. So I would say that storyline in particular, I guess that would mean like Kim Dae-un, Kreese for a bit there, and Master Kim. I wish they did something better with that, but it is what it is. I accepted it in the end. It wasn't like overwhelming how much time we had to spend there. It was pretty quick in retrospect, but not my thing. All right, let's see. After you finish Cobra Kai, are you more excited for the new Karate Kid film? No. I know. I'm still not excited for this movie just because it's Sony and we've seen what they have done before with the Sony Spider-Man villain spinoff films. I still feel like it's a desperation attempt to pull off some No Way Home with Karate Kid, like combining two generations that no one asked for. I'm good. I'm good. I still believe and call me crazy. I could be proven wrong. I probably will be. I just don't think Machio is going to be in the movie that much. Maybe 10, 15 minutes. He's going to be in a few scenes, but I feel like he's not even going to really be in the movie. So we'll see. Like there's literally a shot of him in the trailer, I think, with like handing like a headband over to the new kid. I forget the character's name, Lee or Ben Wang, maybe the actor one, maybe it's reversed. I don't know. But I feel like he's going to come in, help him train for a bit, maybe, be in a quick fight scene and then be like, you're ready. And then give him a headband. And that's that. So no, I don't think I'm excited still. It's only a few months away, but hard to get too excited for that one. Okay. Where are we at in the chat? Hey, I already answered that one. Jason Cruz with a banger. What are your favorite non-franchise movies? Name however many you want. Great question. I would say to kickstart this, Whiplash comes to mind. The Social Network comes to mind. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood comes to mind. You've got from Nolan, you got many. You got Oppenheimer. You got Inception. Non-franchise, so one-off film. Let's see. You've got Remember the Titans, phenomenal sports movie. I was talking about that yesterday with someone. This, a lot of sports movies, as a matter of fact, I need to rewatch Miracle. That's a childhood film. I love Miracle. I just haven't watched it in years. Miracle, if you want like a hockey movie. So those are a couple that come to mind. I would say most recently, Challengers from last year. Great flick. So yeah, those are like non-franchise movies. The Clone Wars is my favorite show of all time. Well, there you go. Do I think the Karate Kid Legends mentions Cobra Kai at all? No, I don't. I honestly don't. I think that's just going to be its own distinct thing, and they're not going to cross paths, if you will. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Better Call Saul is an amazing show. Gavin says, do you think Tom Cruise will ever win an Oscar? I personally think he should have won for Magnolia. I will agree with you. He was fantastic in Magnolia. He was up for supporting actor, right? Great in that film. So good. There's a chance he could win. I think he's doing a film with Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu. I think that's filming this year, actually. I think that could be his next opportunity to win an Oscar. He might be riding off into the sunset as Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible 8. And so then he could maybe take a turn, start doing some more Oscar movies. Maybe. Never say never. Yeah, it'll be cool, though. It'll be cool. I think he could win an Oscar. It could be sort of his Leo moments, but not really. Like he's obviously older than Leo. I'm trying to think of a comparison. Maybe like Al Pacino, Scent of a Woman. That was even he wasn't like maybe that's the one where it's like this might not actually be his best performance, but we're gonna give him an Oscar anyway. So we'll see. By the way, if you guys are in here, hit that like button. Helps out a lot. Truly, just click that like button real quick. And if you're on the replay, do it as well. And if you want to guarantee I get to your question, comment, or concern, Super Chat is the way to go. It's a huge way to help support the channel directly. Anything goes a very long way. Let's keep it rolling, though. All right. What duo of one character from Stranger Things and one character from Cobra Kai do I think would be awesome? Love this question. I could go many routes with this, actually, but what character would pair up with a character from, okay, Stranger Things and Cobra Kai? Who would cross over well? Really good question. Let me think on this one real quick. I'm going to say I would really like to believe that it would be cool to see. Oh, that's so tough. My mind goes to Miguel. Who would Miguel be friends with in the world of Stranger Things? Or what duo would I like to see Miguel Diaz with from Cobra Kai? Miguel. I'm looking at a Stranger Things poster right now on my wall for help, right? I have the assist right in front of me, the visual aid. Oh, man, I'm looking around. I'm thinking, I don't know why, but I'm going to say, actually, I just got it. I got the perfect one, and it's nowhere near main characters. It just came to me. Ready? This duo, I'd watch a television show with them. You ready? Stingray and Murray the Bald Eagle Bauman. Match made in heaven. That's all I need. Stingray and Murray, I'm good. They're comparable characters in terms of like screen time. That would be fantastic. That duo would be amazing. Paul Walter Hauser is the man. I would love to see him take that on. So that would be cool. But if you want like a main character one, I mean, I would love to see probably Hopper and Johnny, because that their back and forths could be quite funny. So there you go. Cool question, though. Do I think Sam Owens will be in season 5 of Stranger Things? I 100% do. Yes, I think Sam Owens will be in the season. I think Paul Reiser, who plays him, actually was on like a red carpet within the past 8 months or so. And he was like, I can't say anything about season 5. Like, I'm pretty sure he's going to be in it, like almost 99.9% sure. So yes, I do think he'll be in season 5, and I do appreciate the super chat. Okay, let's see. That was a really good question, by the way, this one. I love the originality. Did I think Captain America recaptured the good Marvel movie feeling? To me, can't speak for everyone else, obviously, just my opinion. I believed that it flowed together like a phase 2 Marvel film, whereas some of the recent projects that are less grounded felt too all over the place. Like this movie is one of the few really in the post Endgame era that isn't too multiversal. Even No Way Home, multiversal elements, multiverse of madness. The Marvels dealt with like multiversal elements by the end. Quantumania, obviously. Eternals dealing with like all these worlds. It felt just like a grounded political thriller, which I know is very cliche. You've heard that to death. I'm not saying anything new at all, but I enjoyed it I enjoyed it more than the movies I just named, except No Way Home, obviously. But yeah, to me, it did feel like a bit of a return, not some groundbreaking superhero movie, but it did feel like structurally a bit of a return. Also, we may be filming a podcast. This is my opinion. We'll get more into it there. I know a lot of people disagree with this, so more power to those who do disagree. This is just my opinion. I don't think the movie, I think if there were 0 reports that ever came out about there being reshoots for this movie, that anyone would have ever said, oh, I can tell the movie had reshoots. I feel that way. Now, others have said, oh, I think I can tell it's what they reshot and what they didn't. But I do think this is one of those instances, again, to each their own, where this headline ran wild, and so people went in with this preconceived notion of, oh, they reshot the movie a bunch, so let's pay hyper attention to it. Like, it didn't seem to me like that, but that's just my opinion, and I might even be in the minority on that, and that's totally okay. But I don't think that it looked like they took a scene from one movie and then put it in another movie, and it was like 3 movies in one. I didn't get that feeling. So that's just how I felt about it. But Arian says, what do you think is more likely to happen? Doomsday to outgross Infinity War, or Secret Wars to outgross Endgame? Wow. Damn good question. I would say Secret Wars to outgross Endgame. Now, here's why. I believe that they will be, there's a route they could go that could be a dark route where they're in full-on desperation mode, and the marketing for Doomsday could literally reveal every cameo. That could be how sad of a state we're in at that point. Like, they could just have Toby in the movie, in the trailer, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine in the trailer. They could have RDJ as Iron Man in the trailer. I don't know. Like, I feel like we are headed down this weird path. Who's to say? That's just one option. But straight up, I don't think that either film will end up outgrossing now that I've kind of seen where we might be headed. And I think Endgame will not be topped by any other MCU movie. So maybe Doomsday has a better chance to outgross Infinity War, even though that's a high number, a really high number. It's tough, but it's an interesting question. I think no MCU movie will outgross Endgame. Is that a crazy take? I don't think it is. That was the culmination of everything. You can't get back to that. No matter how hard you try and replicate it, you just can't replicate it. We got a super chat from Carissa saying, I forgot the MCU has done 13 films post Endgame. Yeah, they have. It took a whole crazy because nothing came out in 2020. Like that was the first year in forever where we got nothing new in the MCU, and then we got 4 movies in 2021. But yeah, they give it super chat, and we have not 13 movies. And after this year, 15, right? We got 2 more. So crazy. And then after this year, they really don't have anything solidly set in stone. I would not be surprised if they ended up delaying Doomsday because they haven't even started filming. I just don't see that movie coming out in May of next year. I don't. I don't know if it's doable. We'll see. Dr. Pepper, 0 break. TCKH says you should react to more TV shows on your channel. Well, I'm not opposed to it at all. I just, to be completely transparent here, because I like to be, editing a television reaction or movie reaction is the most grueling type of video to make because of how meticulous it is. Specifically, combating the copyright algorithm on YouTube, because you will have a clip. You can't, like, people will be like, why can't you just play the whole episode? Why do you have to cut to your face? Like, I don't know how other reaction channels do it. I'm young in the game on reaction videos still. I've done them since 2022 technically, but I've not edited as much as others. If I don't cut away, if you play the video clip, like, you're going to get a copyright claim, and that's not what you want to happen. So it's a war. Like, you got to really chop it up strategically, and then also make it look clean so that, like, the episode itself doesn't cut awkwardly when you cut. And it's a lot of damn work. It's rewarding to get one of those videos out, but it's extremely tedious. And I basically was editing Cobra Kai reactions from like the moment I woke up on the 13th until Sunday night. Most, like, hours of my days were spent doing that. So it was rewarding to get it out for sure. It's a lot easier to just do TikTok reactions because you don't have to worry about, like, copyright as much. You can just put portions of it on TikTok and not have to chop it up, which is way nicer. I wish that, there was a world where we could just post it on YouTube, but that's not the case. So yeah, I've been posting a lot of my, like, highlights on TikTok actually. So check that out if you want to see, I guess, if you've already watched my reactions, but you want, like, to see me watch more of the episode in one take, if that makes sense, you can watch the TikTok versions. But yeah, I am considering reacting to more shows like Daredevil Born Again, maybe. But we'll see. I have fun, but it is so much work, like, truly, like, genuinely the hardest editing I've ever done. And so it's draining. So it's a battle. It's definitely got a pros and cons. Do I like Billie Eilish? I honestly haven't listened to enough of her music. I know she's super popular, but I can say that one song irritates me. It was like, there was a weekend where me, Cam, and her friend Jenna were driving, like, to the Upside Down Con in October, and it was it's like an hour 15 probably, there and back both days. And we just had the radio on. We're really on aux. And that song was played so much that I just ended up hating it that week. Like, it was so abused, played over and over on the radio. I was like, oh, I never want to hear this again. So Birds of a Feather, I don't want that one. I don't want to hear it. I'm good. We're good. LeBron, we're good, bro. Oh man. Who's your favorite Cars character? Probably Doc Hudson from what I recall. Let's do a speed round though. You guys ready? Speed round. Shout out Ollie. Got a collab video with Ollie dropping soon. Ollie says, hey, Chris, if you had to live in a fictional universe as a civilian, which would you pick? I get asked this a decent amount. I've been fully convinced on Harry Potter and as a civilian, so I wouldn't have, like, powers or anything. Maybe in that case, maybe Stranger Things. I could go back to the 80s, but I don't want to really deal with the, atrocities in Hawkins, especially at this point in the show. So, like, season 3, but I'm away from all the craziness. I'm just hanging out, just having a good time. Let's see. Did I enjoy Terry Silver's arc in season 6? I did, yeah, quite a bit. I thought they did well with it. He was really spiraling at the end there. Okay, let's see. Have you heard of the rumor runtime? I don't even need to. This is BS. No way that a Fantastic Four movie is an hour and 37 minutes. There's no way. That would be the shortest MCU movie, I'm pretty sure. I don't think any superhero movie is that short, really. In recent years, I mean, that would be absurd. No way that it's an hour 37, in my opinion. We could see, I'd be proven wrong, but that'd be crazy. Heck, welcome. Our people are spoiling The Last of Us Season 2 on purpose, and it's infuriating. I imagine people who played the games are spoiling what happens in the show. Yeah, I won't say anything, but I have played the games. I know what happens, but I won't say it. I don't think I've ever said it on the channel, actually. I've just alluded to it kind of vaguely, like I said earlier about the whole Stranger Things news thing. Yeah, I won't say what happens, but I do believe that'll probably just be more of a thing that happens as we approach the season. So if you haven't played the games and you don't know what happens, I guess just be aware on social media. But it's kind of that thing where, like, if a movie or show comes out that's based on a book, people will just openly say what happens because they're like, oh, read the book. A game's different, though. So, yeah, there's a lot of movies and shows where I haven't seen the source material, but I haven't been spoiled either. So, yeah, just be alert, I guess. The mute words feature on Twitter is very, very beneficial for, like, avoiding spoilers specifically. Carissa with a super chat saying, I vote for a Daredevil Born Again reaction. Well, thank you. Yeah, I will consider it. I will strongly consider it. Alrighty. Where was I? Oh, I was right here. Okay, we are doing a legit speed round now. You guys ready? Like, we're going to catch up in the chat. Not all the way, but I'm going to give, like, really quick answers. Here we go. Tegan says, what is your favorite scene of Stranger Things? Right now, it's season 3. Peaky Blinders is a truly brilliant show. It's one of the next ones I'm watching on the list. Have you seen Secretariat? In theaters in the 4th grade. Not crazy about it. Haven't seen it in a hot minute, though. Let's see. All right. Have you ever seen a Steve McQueen movie? Steve McQueen starring, like the actor, or a Steve McQueen directed film? I have seen many a Steve McQueen acted films. My favorite's The Great Escape. In terms of his directing, yeah, I saw the movie Widows in theaters. Do you guys know what that is? Not crazy about it. Thomas, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Is that Elijah Woods? Elijah Woods, right? That's his name? Elijah Wood? Hold on. That's Frodo, right? Well, obviously it's Frodo. Wood. I don't know why I was thinking Tiger Woods. Yeah, it's Elijah Wood. Wood, yeah. His on-screen debut was Back to the Future 2, right? Could be wrong. Anyway, let's see. Ooh, I've answered some of these already. Oh, where was I? There's so many questions. The repeats, I'm just going as fast as I can. It is 1941. Yikes. People are, yeah, that's the worst Spielberg movie I've seen as of now, probably. I'm working through his filmography, but my Lord. It's brutal for me. It's brutal for me. BK, I will look into that after the stream if you want to message me, and I can look at that. All right. Do you prefer Chris Evans as Captain America? I do. I think they're vastly different versions of the character, so it's hard to say if I prefer one over the other. Hot take: Temple of Doom is the best out of the original industry. Very hot take, Alan. Very hot take. Coming in hot. Yeah, I disagree. Obviously, I think Raiders is, and then Crusade, and it's really close with Doom being the worst. But I do think Temple of Doom is the 3rd best Indiana Jones movie, and then Crystal Skull, and then Dials by far the worst to me. Do I like musicals? I'm in my Hamilton phase, and it's bad. I love musicals. I don't even care. Yeah, Hamilton rules. I listened to it a lot my junior year of high school. I've listened to it a lot since then. When it was streaming on Disney Plus, I think that was the COVID year, 2020. Watched the hell out of it, listened to it a lot, too much probably, and yeah, it's addicting. I will admit, it's addicting. Okay. Where we at in the chat? Okay. Okay, a lot of repeat ones here. Trying to find some fresh ones. Okay. Looking for some questions. Let's see. Yeah, Indy's the GOAT. We love Indy. Am I into gaming? I honestly am not. I can't say I am. I love to play like a specific game when it comes out, but I don't play video games very frequently at all. College football 25, EA College Football 25 was my jam this past summer. I played the hell out of it leading up to college football season and some during, but I haven't played it in a while. As in months, I'd probably say. I really will get into one game, play it a bunch, try and 100% it, and then that'll be that. So I'm not into it. I wish I was into it more, but I just don't prioritize it in free time. I really look into movies and shows more than playing video games. I've never seen Julie and Julia. Do I think Comic Cons are way too expensive? Honestly, yeah, I do, unfortunately. Yes, yeah, I'll be honest, I do. I think that it adds up. And that's not just, photo ops and autographs. Those are pricey, but even like food, parking, hotel, if you're out of town, travel, it is an expensive excursion. So yeah, I haven't gone to a con since October. That was in Georgia. The next one I'll go to probably also in my home state, so I don't have to do crazy traveling. It won't be as expensive. But yeah, conventions, they add up. They really add up. What moment in part 3 made you Cam cry the most? I know you said she sobbed. It might have been when Robbie, spoilers, I guess, when it's in ep 13, when Robbie and Johnny are talking, like after Robbie gets injured, and they have like that sweet heart to heart moment where Robbie's like, karate gave me my friends, gave me my dad. That moment definitely got her a lot. I think that's one that I remember her crying the most at. Yeah, let's see. Did you like the Fall Guy from last year? I loved it. Yeah, I enjoyed the Fall Guy. It's kind of fallen for me since I first saw it. No pun intended. But yeah, it's a solid movie. I think I gave it like 4 stars. It's more like a 3.5 to 3 probably, but enjoyable, kind of forgettable. Not as rewatchable or memorable, I guess, as you would have hoped. Devin Lee and Max, that's a good one. Dr. Pepper Break, here you go. Gavin says, if Nolan makes a horror movie, what subgenre would you want him to do? I'd love a slasher film. Ooh, that'd be interesting. I feel like he would definitely go for the sort of paranormal, demonic horror, if I had to guess. And I kind of want him to see him, would want to see him almost conquer that with like a demon haunting someone over the course of their life. And you have like 3 timelines. That would be pretty wild. That'd be crazy. I don't know. We'll see, though. Johnny and Hopper obviously would be a great duo for doing a Stranger Things Cobra Kai collab. I'm here for that. All right. Worst character in a series, Lopusso from Cobra Kai or Callie from Stranger Things? I mean, Callie from Stranger Things is awful. So I might have to say her. I might have to say her because of how bad the one episode she's in is. At least Lopusso has some redeeming qualities. I don't know. Callie was terrible. I don't want to see her return. 2025, is it a year for conclusions and final seasons? Technically, yeah. Cobra Kai, farewell. Mission Impossible, potentially, farewell. Stranger Things, farewell. What else? You on Netflix, farewell. Squid Game on Netflix, farewell. 2026 as well, though. We'll say bye to The Boys in 2026. We'll say bye to Outer Banks in 2026. Yeah, it kind of is, I guess, a sort of conclusion year. Yeah, I'd say. I've never seen Gandhi. Never seen it. Do I care about the new Jurassic Park movie? I do. I actually am excited for it, and I might have bought in delusionally to the hype. It's probably going to disappoint me, to be honest. I don't know. Who knows? But I have a really good gut feeling about it. I hope I'm right because the last 2 stunk. The first Jurassic World's fine, but the last 2 were not all that. Ego Waffle says, are you sad Ariel will not be returning for Stranger Things Season 5? I think he will be in at least a scene. You never know. But there's not like really a ton of room for him. Like a lot of the characters from past seasons, even say, Enzo, for example, what role would they really have? Like you got to focus on the main characters. I know that, those characters like Argyle, for example, served a role in their season, but I don't really see what value Argyle returning would have because we have comedic relief. Like, I don't know. That's kind of what he was. He was the comedic relief of the group and really the person who got them from California to Hawkins in the end. But now that that's taken care of, probably doing a time jump, I'd imagine he went back to California. So maybe we could get a quick scene where he like hops on the phone call with Jonathan or something like that. But I just don't really, I don't know. I don't see the use for him anymore. Frankly, I don't. We got 84 people in here, by the way. So hit that like button if you're in here. Helps out a good bit. If you're watching on the replay, hello. And super chat is a way to go to guarantee I get to your question, comment, concern. Again, big way to help support the channel directly. Dr. Pepper Zero time, by the way. Dunk's Domain says, are you going to see the monkey? I have no intentions of seeing the monkey. None. How do I think Avengers Doomsday will end? Probably on a cliffhanger, much like how Infinity War had a cliffhanger ending. And then I believe I looked at the roster of MCU movies the other day, the lineup and the schedule. And I think there's a Spider-Man movie coming out in between, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to take place directly between the two in the timeline. We saw Infinity War drop, and then we got Ant-Man and the Wasp after. And Ant-Man and the Wasp was its own story. The post-credit scene let us know, oh, the blip has happened. But I think we can still get a movie in between that's not in between chronologically. Does that make sense? So I think it'll have some sort of cliffhanger that sets up evil variants of the OG Avengers, if I had to guess. But I have no idea what they're going to do with that movie. Do I prefer Infinity War Endgame, speaking of the Avengers films? By the way, welcome to the chat, Jaden. I would say Infinity War, but it's not like by a lot. Infinity War is just the number one MCU movie for me. So Infinity War, it's the more rewatchable movie. If you go back to Endgame, which I still think is a 5 out of 5, and you've seen it more than 3-ish times, I mean, you know, I've seen it more than 3 times, but if you've seen it 3+ times, the first hour of the film can undeniably drag. If you're viewing it, critiquing it as a movie, it's necessary, it's needed, and it works. You know, we're dealing with the aftermath of half of humanity getting wiped away, so it is just going to inherently be slower. But it's a perfect movie still. I would just take Infinity War based on rewatchability alone. Love this question, by the way. Let me take a sip of this first. Great question. Like the Robbie profile pic, by the way. What is the max amount of seasons you think a show should do? In my opinion, 5 to 6 seasons should be the max, with the 7th being exceptional. After would mean overstaying their welcome. But what do you think? I think there's 2 ways I want to answer this. The first is, I don't know if the season cap applies to sitcoms. I think sitcoms the exception, where that can go on for 7+ seasons comfortably if the comedy's fresh. Like How I Met Your Mother, I believe, did 9 seasons. 70 Show did 8 or 9 seasons. The Office, I think, did like 9 seasons. What's up?
Sorry to interrupt. Are you okay if I have the last chocolate bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Indy got in. Cam. She can't hear me. My cat's in here now. You want to be on stream, buddy? Come here. Come around. Come here, Indy. I can't grab him, so we're just going to keep an eye on him. But my cat is in the picture. That's so funny. Anyway, for sitcoms, let me text her real quick and let her know. For sitcoms, I would say 7+ seasons. 9, anything over 9, I don't know. 12, like 9 to 12. But then I say that It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia has 16 going on 17, baby. It's not too late. So that's wild that it has 16. It's like the longest running sitcom of all time. In terms of actual shows, though, I do think 5 is probably the sweet spot. Anywhere from 4 to 6. I'm going to name some shows that had that amount or ending on that amount, okay? Succession had 4 seasons. Breaking Bad had 5 seasons. Better Call Saul had 6 seasons. Stranger Things is going to have 5 seasons. Cobra Kai had 6 seasons. Indy, buddy. No, we're not doing that.
I was wondering where he was.
Yeah, I tried to get your attention. He ran in right after you.
I literally did not see him. That's crazy. I was trying to find
He
him.
sprinted in here.
I was trying to find him.
He's
Sorry.
No, you're good. He's a wild man. Indy, classic Indy. He's a wild guy, but we love him. Anyway, where was I? Shows that, okay. The Boys is going to end with its 5th season. You is ending with its 5th season. Squid Game is ending with its 3rd season. So Ozark, perfect example. A 4-season show. That's all you need. Sometimes if you overextend your stay, you can't one-up yourself. You can't continue to one-up yourself. You got to go out on top. And I think a lot of shows know that. Now, let's look at some shows that overextended their stay. Objectively, shows I haven't even seen, you can just ask the general population. Sorry, Jello Plays TV. I know that I have to mention this one, The Walking Dead. That's a show that has historically said it went on too long. I never watched it. I can't give my opinion on it, but that's just the consensus of the world, right? People have said that. Let's say, frankly, did Game of Thrones go too long? No, I think it could have gone longer. That's the crazy thing. So there are exceptions, but I would say it's case by case. That's my answer. It's a case by case scenario. But for the most part, a show will just lose its audience at a certain point if it starts to get stale and repetitive. And anything after 5 seasons, you run that risk, I would say. Even with The Boys, like that's a show that it could have ended. Like 4 could have ended it if they wanted to. So yeah, 5 is a good number. 5 is a good number. And I don't just say that because Stranger Things is having 5. Trust me, a lot of other shows that are Breaking Bad, for example, 5 seasons. 4, though. Let's talk about 4. A sneaky 4, Ozark, Succession. There's something special about a 4-season show. Ending on top? I don't know. Ooh. Anyway, great question. Sitcoms that could go on forever, but at that point, you got, Family Guy and The Simpsons. Are they ever going to end? SpongeBob? I don't know. Good question. Love it. Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar, baby, for the win. All right. Let's see. Great questions coming in, guys. Almost been an hour already. Keep them coming. Fire off your questions. Let's keep it going. Hit that like button. Helps out a bunch. And Super Chat is the way to go to guarantee I get directly to your question, comment, or concern. Okay. Let's see where I was in the chat. I was somewhere over here. Okay. Bright Star says, do you think Billy could have had a longer redemption and turned fully good like Steve had he survived, or do you think he would have stayed a bully and an antagonist? I think Billy went out at the right time. He had, one final sort of redeeming moment, but, I don't know if I would have wanted to see more of Billy in that capacity where he's like a good guy. I think the role he served was well done, I'd say. I wouldn't want to have seen more of Billy. It would have been repetitive. Some characters need to go, and I think his death was at the right time. It was really important for Max as a character because obviously it led to her trauma in season 4, which plays into Vecna and his role with her and the Dear Billy episode. So we would have got none of that without him dying. So he needed to go. How much money do I think Mission Impossible will make? I would probably say Final Reckoning does. I mean, here's the thing. I believe Dead Reckoning did about 560 to 570 mil, which is like on paper, that's a good number, but the budget was insanely high. The movie also was sandwiched between, I want to say, Dial of Destiny and Barbenheimer, or it was like in that month. So it was kind of just screwed. They should not have released it in that month, in my opinion. It was bad all around. I don't think there's a Mission Impossible fatigue. I think that it just got the short end of the stick that summer. I would say the movie, Fallout did almost 800 mil, right? It's like 790 or something crazy like that, I want to say. Maybe even 750. I don't know. I would say Mission Impossible Final Reckoning does 600 because Dead Reckoning did almost 600 with all the competition, with it having a part 1 in its title. This movie comes out in May, so around the same time as Top Gun Maverick. Way less competition in that market. The competition is Lilo and Stitch, but that's a completely different market. And so, yeah, if you look at it, Thunderbolts comes out in the very beginning of May. This movie comes out 3 weeks later. And then there's not like a huge competitor in the same market for a while, I want to say. Could be missing a movie, but I think Mission Impossible is going to have long legs. People are going to hear about how great it is because I'm pretty damn confident. The man hasn't missed. Macquarie, he came in with Rogue Nation, and he did Fallout and Dead Reckoning. Hasn't missed. Brad Bird did, obviously, the 4th film, Ghost Protocol, and then J.J. Abrams did 3. Macquarie has not missed. Hasn't, in my opinion. So, yeah, I think it'll be pretty damn good. I think it'll make a good chunk of money. I don't know if it'll make enough money because God knows how big the budget really is. But at the end of the day, it's fun to sit here and chat about how much money a movie makes. It has zero impact on us, on what we enjoy. I talked about this with my buddy Starcourt, even like who cares? Like some of my favorite movies of all time made like no money, like Whiplash. It barely made anything at the box office, but that's not what it's all about. It's fun to talk about and do tier lists, but and like debate, oh, what's going to make $1 billion? What's going to join the $1 billion club? It's all fun. But, you know, at the end of the day, what really matters to us is what makes an impact on us. So, you know, that's how I feel. But I do think we're going to have some more $1 billion club films this year. You late to the party? We're doing Cobra Kai spoilers or no? Yes. Hopefully you didn't hear any. But we have talked about spoilers. I think I gave a warning, but I don't even remember. Hi, Chris. What's your favorite acting performance this year? Dear God, I mean, I've only seen a few movies. Maybe I could go, actually, I can twist this because I have seen television this year. I would say, ooh. You know, I'm going to go with nothing from a movie I've seen. Maybe, honestly, it might be something from Cobra Kai. Like, I'm serious when I say that. Yeah. I've watched 2 animated shows and Cobra Kai, and then the movies I've seen haven't had any like performances to write home about. So acting performance in general, I probably would say Zabka. I don't know, why not? He gave the best. Probably Zabka. Yeah, let's say Zabka from as Johnny. Why not? I almost just said as Billy because someone said Billy, but Billy Zabka is what he goes by to many. So it's all connecting. Okay. Do not have the Captain America popcorn bucket. I do not. Do I ever go to UK Comic Cons? I've never been out there. I've never left the US ever. Not even like Canada or Mexico. I just haven't. I want to one day. I just have never left. But you know, one day if David Harbour goes, I might. That's the man. I want to meet him so bad. He's number 1 on the wish list. If David Harbour ever gets announced for a Comic Con and you guys see that, please send it my way on Instagram or something. Oh, I also wanted to propose this question. I forgot to do this earlier. Could someone in this stream give me a fire idea for a YouTube short? That's my question. Could someone in the stream give me a fire idea for a YouTube short? Because I have the idea to film one immediately after this stream. I'm feeling it, and I want to do that. And so, can someone give me one related to Cobra Kai or the MCU that I haven't done yet? For reference, I did an MCU post Endgame ranking. I have not done a Cobra Kai seasons ranking, long video or short video. I'm probably going to do that Thursday or Friday of this week. But think of one. I thought maybe what is the best episode of Cobra Kai? That might be a fun one. What is the best season finale of Cobra Kai? I had a couple thoughts, so let me know. Let me know. I've actually seen the Goonies, so I wouldn't be able to react to it because I've already seen it. Stranger Things Swifty says, when are you going to make another Stranger Things video? There was a photo dump. Yeah, so I saw that, but I'm not going to make a video on it because it's not like it seems like something that leaked that could actually be officially released, if that makes sense. And so I'm waiting to see if they officially release something before I cover it because it feels like it's in that gray area for me where I'm not fully comfortable talking about it. So I have seen that, what you're talking about, but I don't want to make a video on it just yet. So yeah. Let's see. Where was I? Ooh, the best fight in each Cobra Kai season. That's fire. Thank you for the super chat. That might be the move, actually. Let me take a picture of that. That might be the winner already. I haven't looked at the regular chat. I'm not caught up, but that's like fire. That's a really good idea. Ooh, that might be the one. Damn good stuff. Oh, man. Oh, man. Favorite 90s movie? I mean, there's so many. So many. Let's just go to Letterboxd and see what my highest rated 90s movie is. That'll give me the answer. That'll be the one I pick, even if I disagree with it. Okay, movies. We'll go release date. We'll go 1990s. We'll go any. The OG choice. Oh, Home Alone. Home Alone. It's either Home Alone, The Lion King, Scream, the OG Toy Story. It's one of those movies, probably, to be completely honest. Dr. Pepper Zero is hitting. Notorious Nate talks about, says, hey, Chris, love the videos. Do you plan on checking out The Gorge? I loved it. An unconventional romance with some great action and horror. It's on the radar now, for sure. Enough people have suggested that I should watch it. It's on Apple TV, so it's easily accessible. I don't know when I'll watch it, but I am in the midst of a Spielberg-a-thon. if you will. And so I'm going to finish 1941 and then rip off some rewatches for the challenge. Not even a challenge, just a personal journey I've wanted to take part in for a while now. I'm finally doing it. So we'll see. We'll see. If I were to watch it, I wouldn't review it. I would put a review on Letterboxd. Okay. Best 2025 movie so far. I've seen 3. It's not Back in Action. It's between Hard Eyes and Brave New World. And I would probably say, I don't know. Flip a coin. That's my answer. Flip a coin. One of those 2 movies. But I'll see a lot more, obviously, but I don't feel bad that I haven't watched a ton. Like I'm missing out on Love Hurts. Damn, the 19% on Rotten Tomatoes film that every single person I know personally on the internet who's seen it has hated or just crapped on. I really missed out, I don't feel bad for missing that one. I don't. I love Kiwi Kwan, but like I was like, I'm going to see that one. I'll see it. I was telling myself that. And then I see all this stuff and it's like, obviously go see movies and form your own opinion. But at the same time, if you know people and you've seen their takes on movies and you have aligned with those more often than not, or you kind of know you 80% of the time agree with this person's takes, you can start to trust their takes. You can still see the movie when you want, form your own opinion, obviously. But, there isn't really even a best movie of the year so far, I would say. I need to see Companion. I've heard phenomenal things about that. One of my friends raved about it. Like he texted me, he said, and I'm not making this up initially, he literally said, that is my favorite movie I've seen since Get Out in theaters. I was like, damn. I think he watched it again and he was like, it's still really good, but I was like riding this high, but still I was like, wow, that's high praise. But I've heard Companion's good. That's one on my radar. But I was going to see like The Wolfman, or Wolfman. I was going to see that. And then the day rolled around and I was like, I'm not feeling it. I was in a TV mood, so lots more movies I'll be seeing this year. Trust me. But yeah, I don't know. 2025 as of right now, not shaping up to be anything special. We got to wait for the real contenders to come out, but yeah. Do I get popcorn and soda when I go to the movie theater? It just depends. It just depends on my mood, really. Like sometimes no, sometimes yes. If it's like a special movie, like a special event, or if I'm, it's a date night or whatever, usually get a popcorn, some Reese's Pieces, and an icy if I'm really going all out. But that's not every time. Am I excited for Scream 7? Absolutely, yeah. Scream is one of I would say maybe my most revisited horror franchise. I'd have to really look at that, but I think I can comfortably say it's that. I think I'd have to look at a list in front of me for like 100% certainty. But yeah, I'm excited for Scream 7. I believe it'll be surprisingly a really good movie. I know there's like outrage online, and I understand why everyone is upset. I wish Melissa Barrera was in the movie, but with what we're given and who's directing the film and writing the film and the cast they have, like I think they could be cooking. So we'll see. It's either going to be just pure desperation or actual fire. All right, scrolling through chat. Who would win, Dre or Miguel? Is this even a question? Isn't this like the Jaden Smith guy from Miguel with ease? Have I played Minecraft? Sorry, I wasn't attacking you. I realized that it could come off like that, but I just think Miguel is the man. He's this generation's Karate Kid. I'm gonna put some respect on his name. I haven't seen that Karate Kid 2010 movie since it came out. Genuinely, I think I've seen it once in my life in theaters, maybe twice. I had the DVD for some reason, but I have not seen it in over a decade. 15 years almost. Actually, 15 years, right? It came out in 2010, so 15 years. Give me Miguel. I have played Minecraft. I was never really into it though. I just couldn't. The open world of it all, like it's almost too overwhelming. I had too much freedom. And so I was like, what's the objective? I'm always that kind. I'm like, what's the objective of playing this game? Well, if it's a sports game, it's to win the game. If it's a story-based game, it's to, move the plot along and defeat whoever you're fighting or find the next clue. And so with that, I'm just like, am I wasting my time here? That's kind of how I feel. If I can't see like a percentage of completion, I'm like, I don't want to be playing this. So I was never really into Minecraft. What's your favorite Spider-Man movie out of the Holy Trilogy? I assume you're referring to this, not the Holland trilogy. Spider-Man, the first one. That's why I have this here. I love that movie. I quote it often, and I believe it to be maybe. I have to think on this, but I think I can say it's probably the best superhero origin story movie that ever to me. So I take it over Batman Begins, that is. I take it over Iron Man. I take it over Black Panther, Shang-Chi, Captain America, the First Avenger, Thor, any Superman movie I've seen, Wonder Woman. What are some other origin, like first movies? I take it over TASM. I take it over... I mean, the list goes on and on, guys. The Spider-Verse even. I do. What? Yeah, I know. I take it over into the Spider-Verse, the first Spider-Man. That's my jam. That's my jam right there. I love that movie. All right. Hot take. Marky with a hot one. Avengers Age of Ultron is the best Avengers movie. Yeah, I mean, I think most people would have this at the bottom of the ranking. I do. Now, I don't think it... That is such a hot take. I mean, I don't even know. I would love to hear your reasoning as to why. I can't fathom this. I think it is the word. I think it's still a very good movie. Like a very solid 3.5 to like a 3.75 out of 5. But to say it's better than the first Avengers, Infinity War and Endgame, I cannot do that. I can't do it. We'll do it live. Frozen Wish Studios, hello there. Ooh, Ollie with a great question. If you could go for dinner with 3 Stranger Things cast members, who would you pick? Fantastic. Shout out Ollie. Ollie has some of the best original Stranger Things ideas ever. He brought the heat. We did a collab. We filmed it. It's in the works. It's coming soon on Filmstock to the channel. And we did like fun predictions. Ollie came up with some heat for the categories. So stay tuned for that. It's a fun video. But if I could go for dinner with 3 Stranger Things cast members, who would I pick? Obviously, I would have to say Joe Keery is number 1 on that list because of not only the fact that he plays Steve Harrington, but because because of his music, because of Joe. So there's so much to discuss, and he's just such a chill dude. From the brief conversation I was able to have with him at the convention, I was like, I would love to, talk even more. I would then say, I think Gaten Matarazzo, because similarly, he's got a music background with musicals, and I feel like there'd be a lot to discuss there. I also would like to believe that Gaten and Joe would have a nice dynamic. And then I need a third member of the group. Oh, man, that's where it gets tough. Because I don't want it to feel like I'm thinking like the chemistry of the group and then, the conversations that would flow. So right now we're good. We got a good crew going so far. You know what? You might think I'm going to say David Harbour, but I don't know if David Harbour would be good with this group. One-on-one, I might take David Harbour, but I actually am going to go Finn Wolfhard here. Reason being, met Finn Wolfhard at MegaCon last year. Super down-to-earth, chill guy. Also has that music background. He's getting into directing, but like Finn and Gaten are like really good pals. The 3 of them, good group. I think that would be a really fun group to go out for dinner, drinks, and stuff. So yeah, that'd be my answer, I think. Yeah, great question, Ollie. Now I feel bad because I didn't put any of the girls on there, so we're going to do it that way too. I was like, no, so that's one group. In terms of the other, I would love to go with Maya Hawke if we're doing like a guys group and a girls group. So Maya Hawke, obviously it would be so hard not to talk to her about Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke, her parents, because I would love to talk about their filmographies. Growing up in that house, what was that like? That would be one, Maya Hawke. I would pick Sadie Sink. They're pals, so it would work. It wouldn't be weird. And then you know what? I don't think I would want Winona there. I don't know. No, I just think it might be a little weird. I don't know about Natalia Dyer either with that group specifically. That's where it gets tough. You know what? I would then say, who else would I want in that group specifically is the question. And this is difficult. That is the question. To quote Tasm 2, I would probably throw a bone to, yeah, you know what? Why not? I would actually have Caleb go with them. That would be a good pairing, I think. The energy would be there. Frozen Wish says, what is your most anticipated upcoming MCU movie? Mine is the X-Men reboot. Mine would have to be, what do we even have? We have Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, Doomsday, Secret Wars. There's a Blade movie. There's a Spider-Man movie, a Shang-Chi movie. I'm honestly going to say Spider-Man 4. As much as, we've seen Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts, very pumped for. But the unknown element of Spider-Man 4 is what excites me. Plus, they've proven with 3 movies they know what they're doing. Tom Holland as Spidey. Come on. I mean, Spider-Man's, he might have to be my favorite superhero, so I got to go with that. It's been too long since No Way Home already, so I would say Spider-Man 4 is my most anticipated upcoming MCU movie. Great question. TCKH says, can you recommend me a TV show to watch? I'm going to give you guys the spiel I always give you, so if you've seen me do this before, apologies. You have to hear me do it again. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. You guys have crushed it with the super chats and questions in general. So keep them coming. We'll keep the stream going. I'm down to go a little longer tonight. You guys feeling it? I'm feeling it. We can go. I'm not going to say it, but there could be 2 hours in me tonight. There could be. We'll see. Got to keep the questions coming, though. Can you recommend a TV show to watch? Yes. I might have given this recommendation to you before because I've done it before, so apologies. Let's set the timer mentally. Here we go. The show is Barry. It's an HBO original. Bill Hader, who we know as the comedic genius from films like Tropic Thunder, The Cop and Superbad, and many other films, notably Hot Rod, actually gets to play a serious role here, but it's still a dramedy, more of an emphasis on the dark comedy, however. He is a hitman named Barry. He works for a man named Fuchs. He has a hit. He ends up following said hit into an acting class where he himself has to pose as someone who's going to be an actor, where he then realizes, maybe I have a passion for this. And so he says, maybe I want to set this hitman life to the side and become an actor and pursue this career in LA. All the while, the Bosnian, or is it some sort of mob gets involved. He gets himself in a crappy situation. I believe it's the FBI or some government organization is on his tail. So there's intense, thrilling moments. It's only 4 seasons. Episodes are 30 minutes long, so it's quick hitter. It's very comedic at times. Henry Winkler plays Gene Cousineau, the acting professor. Henry Winkler, the Fonz. Fantastic acting performances. Lots of great comedic lines, but really and truly a brilliant show. And Bill Hader goes to some dark places. He shows he can not only act, but he actually directs as well. He's a mastermind. And the first 2 seasons fly by. Season 3 and 4 still very, very good. Sticks the landing. You could watch the show in a week. Easy. Barry is my recommendation for you. There you go. Quite a good Dr. Pepper Zero. It's almost out. Okay, I was somewhere in the chat, and I would like to find where I was. I think I was around here. I'm going to click this just for my end. Okay, I've answered this. Favorite horror movie? Give me Scream. Give me Scream. I'll say it. Give me Scream if we're going like 3 different types. Scream for the slashers. For like the classics, give me Psycho. For like the, just for my personal pick, give me Saw. Okay, what would be your dream movie to see happen? National Treasure 3. If someone said, hey, Chris, any movie could be made right now, and you're going to give it a 10 out of 10 because you're going to love it that much. We have the formula for you. Like a genie comes in and says, hey, we're going to make the perfect movie. It can be anything in the world. You're going to love it. The world's going to love it. It's going to make $1 billion, all right? Everyone's going to love this movie, and it's going to be great. 1,000,000% guarantee. What movie are you picking? Fate of the universe on the line. I'm going National Treasure 3, baby. Oh, God, Max Kellerman. Anyway, I'm going National Treasure 3. Second pick, 23 Jump Street. I probably just wasted a lot of, like, you could say TASM 3, Spider-Man 4, and I just said those 2. I don't even care. No shame. Very excited for F1. Joseph Kosinski, director of Top Gun Maverick, is about to cook. I'm a big Brad Pitt guy, so I think he's going to cook. Yeah, I'm excited for this movie, and I have a good feeling about it. A good feeling about it. Please don't disappoint. That's one of my more anticipated of the year as time goes by, actually. Completely lost my spot in the chat, which is something I do frequently. It's a problem. There I am. It's almost empty. Okay. Avian says, do you think we could get Thanos in one of the Avengers movies? No. Gotta let him rest, in my opinion. Gotta let him rest. Maybe a variant. But even then, I think people are kind of sick of the whole variant thing. This is a good question. I'll answer it. Michael says, do you buy movie theater subscriptions for every month, or do you pay for each ticket? So there was a point in my life where I was a AMC Stubs A-list member where I would, pay 23 or 22. It was years ago. So, I mean, it was cheaper. And you get the 3 movies a week. And then I dropped that because I was in college and it was stupid. Financially, I didn't go enough. There wasn't even an AMC in my college town. It was kind of it was a weird situation. Now I don't because I don't have one of them. I'm strongly considering getting the AMC, but the thing about it is there's a theater near where I live that's like a local chain. Like it's not AMC, Regal. So if I go to a movie, like I usually I like to have the freedom of going wherever I want. There's an AMC that I could go to, but I like to have the freedom based on showtime. That's the priority, showtime, not theater, showtime. And so if I were to get the AMC thing, I probably would be losing money. Now I would just have to go, I think, twice to make up the price per month. But even then, I mean, fortunately, I have the opportunity to go to a lot of early screenings where I don't have to pay. And so if I don't love a lot of movies enough to see them twice, it doesn't warrant me paying a subscription fee right now, where I'm at in life right now. So I don't. If I want to go to a movie, I'll just buy the ticket. And usually I have AMC. So there's A-List, which is like 3 movies a week. There's the one below that. It's like $15 a year. You get like $5 off for every $50 spent. So I get $5 off a bunch. You get like waived convenience fees. You get any like size upgrade on popcorn. They give you like a free popcorn and drink for your birthday. Sign up for that if you guys want one and you have an AMC near you. They that's what I've had for years since 2018. So that's what I do to answer the question. Excuse me. All right, we got 82 people. We're having a steady stream, guys. It's a fun one. Keep the questions rolling in. We'll keep it going. Hit that like button. I don't know how many likes the stream is at, but if it could get to 100 likes, that's always the goal. That would be sick. And of course, if you feel so inclined, feel free to send in a super chat to guarantee I get to your question, comment, or concern, because I won't be able to get to all of these. And just a huge way to go the extra mile and support the channel. Nothing's required, but it is greatly appreciated. Okay, Gavin always has some heat questions. He says, have you seen The Assassination of Jesse James? I think it's Brad Pitt's best performance. No, but I have seen the poster, and a friend of mine growing up had the film on DVD, and I remember like looking at his DVD collection and always like seeing that movie, but never actually watching that movie. So no, I have not seen it. Okay, great question. What are the most important post-Endgame films to building up to Doomsday and Secret Wars? Okay, I would say, wow. Fantastic Four is on that list, and I haven't even seen it because I know for a fact those characters are going to play a pivotal role with their connection to Doctor Doom. And that movie, I would say, is going to have one of the most important roles. It's technically also the movie before Doomsday on the lineup right now. So that might be number 1 on the list. I would argue Captain America Brave New World because they do attempt to move towards an Avengers team. I would say also, which ones aren't? That's probably easier. Not Black Widow. There was a period in time where Quantumania was the movie to set things up. It was the big stepping stone forward, and it's all for naught now because Kang's gone. So that's frustrating. You could argue because of the multiversal elements of the film and the void, Deadpool and Wolverine. You could also say the same about Doctor Strange and the spell gone wrong in Multiverse of Madness. You could search, not Multiverse of Madness, in No Way Home. So, I don't know. To give you a clear answer, I think we'd have to see Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, and maybe those will like take us towards that. That's the hope, right? I don't know though, to answer your question, because I mean, did we really know in phase 1, 2, and 3 is what I'm also wondering. Like the Avengers Age of Ultron post-credit scene showed Thanos going, fine, I'll do it myself. The Infinity Stones were also always around, but Thanos appeared in the post-credit scene of Avengers, and we're like, oh, shoot. So there was always like a looming threat, but that didn't really, if you think about it, it didn't like get in motion until I would say, what would you guys say? I kind of, for some reason, think, no, I mean, that's the thing. Here's the thing. Those movies did a fantastic job of setting up Infinity War and Endgame, but it's not like Infinity War's story in the film or like the main plot of Infinity War. It begins in Infinity War. Like he appears and he already has 2 of the Infinity Stones, I believe. we don't even see him wipe out like Xandar to get, I believe it's the Power Stone. Like that happens off screen. And I feel like now if that were to happen today and Infinity War release, people would be like, what the hell? We didn't see him get that Infinity Stone. Like that's just how hypercritical we've become, in my opinion. People forget that. And so he's like, yeah, he already got one. The movie's rushed. That's what people would say. It's no matter what they do, they're screwed. They're screwed. So, yeah, I don't know what the most important film is. We don't know yet. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Maybe it's Doomsday. I don't know. But people, I think, revisionist history, the MCU, to act like everything was just so perfect for yes, it was really clever how it all built up to Infinity War Endgame, and I ate it up, and it was awesome. But people act like every movie was like a 10 out of 10, and I can't stand that. Like that was never the case. It was never the case. There was more continuity, cohesiveness. Yes, it seemed like the universe had things together more, but it wasn't perfect even then. And so that's what frustrates me, at least. Okay. No, I have not seen Without Limits. Do I think Marvel will ever be as good as it was pre-Endgame? Probably not. Just because it's impossible to replicate the success and that was the first of its kind with the cinematic universe. It's just not possible. Brady Guy says, are you excited for Daredevil Born Again? 2 thumbs up. Absolutely. Yeah, it's one of my most anticipated shows of the year. I think it was second on the list, actually. So, yeah, I'm pumped. Everything I've seen, I'm sold on. The clips, the posters, the marketing. It just seems like a continuation of the Netflix show, which is what I've wanted it to be. And so I have no reason right now to be worried, in my opinion. So I'm very much looking forward to it. Okay. Best sitcom, I would say, is probably It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. But you know what's a classic to me is How I Met Your Mother. Cam's been rewatching it, so I've seen a bunch of eps recently, and I love that show. Love it. Let's see. Thoughts on Brave New World? I have a review for my full in-depth thoughts. I thought it was a solid movie with flaws, but overhated. 6 seasons is a perfect number to end a show. Yeah, 6 is like on the borderline for me. I know we had this discussion earlier, but yeah, slap that like button. Do it. Is Dr. Pepper your favorite soda? Yes, it is. Dr. Pepper Zero is, and like Coke Zero, I drink more now than the other regular kind, and I've gotten used to the taste. Do I like the Avatar films? I don't. Yeah, not an Avatar guy. People are shocked when I say that sometimes, but I've gone off on Avatar plenty of times. Hold on. Daniel Craig is dropped out of starring in Luca Guadagnino's Sergeant Rock movie. Yikes. Anyway, Captain America Suits ranked? That's an interesting one. What is the best episode of Cobra Kai? Top 10 episodes of Cobra Kai, best fights, best MCU show. These are all for those of you who are like, what is he talking about? Earlier, I posed the question, what YouTube shorts should I film? And these are all potential ones. Top 10 Cobra Kai episodes, top 10 best fights in Cobra Kai. These are all good. I'm going to take a picture of the screen, actually. These are all good. I'll be doing one of these. Best Cobra Kai fighter in each season. MCU Final Battles ranked. Yeah, a lot of good top 5 performances in Cobra Kai. Top 5 Cobra Kai fights. I think I really messed with this one that TCKH put. Like, this is the one. That's the one, I think. So hopefully, yeah, that's the one I'm going to rock with, I believe. That's a fun one. What would the best fight in season 6 be, though? Like, because you got all 3 parts. Should I do it by part? That's tough. I think we all know the answer, though. It might not be Johnny versus Wolf. It might not be. I don't know. We shall see. Okay. You mentioned Scream, just a casual fan of the 96 release of the franchise. I'm a fan of the franchise. I've seen them all. Many times, actually. Do I think Stranger Things will come out in 2026? No, I think it'll come out this year. I think some recent comments that have been made by the Duffers have actually indicated that it's coming out this year for sure. So I feel a lot more at ease. Hello. I have not watched Prison Break, to answer your question. I have watched Outer Banks. I have a lot of Outer Banks videos on the channel. My favorite character in Outer Banks is probably It changes, but Pope's a steady character for me. Hot take: Jordan Peele's coasting off Get Out. Us and Nope weren't that good. I think he's made worse movies since Get Out. I think Us is worse than Get Out. I think Nope is worse than both. But Get Out is definitely like a hell of a directorial debut, and so that's that's kind of a bummer. That's you come out with a movie that fantastic, you're always going to be compared to it. What's your go-to comfort movie? Honestly, I don't rewatch enough movies, and this is going to be a weird answer, but if I want to like 2 hours of my life where I know I'm going to be able to fully lock in and just like forget everything else in the world, it's The Social Network. Crazy answer for a lot of people probably, but that's my go-to comfort movie. Shoot. A lot of repeat questions here. Scrolling. What's your favorite episode of Barry and why is it Ronnie Lily? Great app. Great app. Where's my phone? I can look at the IMDb list of movies. Or list of episodes, rather. I'm going to Barry right now, and I'll try and give you an answer. The series finale stands out to me, but one of the season finales, I think it was actually the season 1 finale. The season 1 finale or the season 2 finale absolutely rule, in my opinion. Honestly, all the finales in Barry are phenomenal episodes, in my opinion. So I'd say one of the finales, probably. Ranking of the Cobra Kai seasons is a video I'll probably be doing soon, so I will not be revealing my ranking. Dr. Pepper is a goated beverage. If Thanos comes back and is alive and walking out of the theater, it wouldn't be the same version of Thanos. If Thanos came back, it would be like a version from another universe, which is something Marvel's gotten away with doing because like they can. You have all these different version of Wolverine, the Spidey, all this different stuff. So Thanos, that version's dead. That version of Iron Man's dead. If we see versions of them, they will be variants from different universes. But I do feel you. If that version of Thanos like was put back together, it would be absurd. Am I looking forward to Ryan Coogler's Sinners? Sort of intrigued, but I'm not like over the moon excited for this one. I don't know. I don't think the trailer's fully sold me. I'll be honest with you. We'll see. We shall see. All right. If you could sleep over in a Stranger Things location, which would you pick? Damn. Honestly, dude, that's a good one. So it's tempting to want to say Hopper's Cabin just because I think like a cabin out in the woods would be a cool environment. Hopper's Cabin comes to mind. Definitely not the Creel House. Starcourt Mall would be fun, but pre-destruction. But no, Hopper's Cabin weirdly came to mind. I think it's a cool, I mean, having been there in real life, it would be cool to stay the night out there. Honestly, it would be. That would be my answer. Hopper's Cabin. Probably forgetting a really cool one, though. Thank you, William. I appreciate it. I got a haircut today. That is true. Who do I think will be the main character of Doomsday? You know, I don't know. Damn near the villain. That would be pretty crazy if we got like an Avengers film from like Doom's perspective. He's the main character. That'd be a bit different. I kind of vibe with that, honestly, if he was the main character. And then, yeah, I don't know. Probably if I had to pick like a Marvel hero, it would probably honestly be either, not Sam Wilson in contention for it, but potentially the Fantastic Four. I feel like they're going to play a really big role in these in the future of Marvel here. Keep, watch, burn. 2 movies I haven't seen yet. I would say let them all burn. I'm a madman. I haven't seen Terrifier 3, by the way. I have technically seen Rise of the Beast. I forgot. And then A Way of Water. Yeah, burn it. Burn it. That's my answer. Light the question on fire and burn it. What do I think about the Batman 2? When will it come out? I think it's slated to release in October of 2027. So in 2.5 years. I don't know. I am excited for the movie, obviously, but what do I expect? No clue. Hopefully a fresh story. Maybe a time jump so that we can see him more. We got earlier Batman and the Batman. Let's see him a little more experienced. that Bruce Wayne persona start to develop a little bit, I think that'd be cool to see. But I think that trailer is going to be sick whenever it drops in like 2026. All right. Halloween Ends versus FNAF. Give me FNAF. At least it's watchable. I think Halloween Ends is awful. FNAF's also awful though, so I don't know what I'm saying, but at least FNAF's like maybe, I don't know, actually burn them both. OBX or Stranger Things with ease. OBX is fun. P for L, obviously, Poke for life, but you guys know. Who wins, Miguel or Robbie? I guess it just depends on when they fight, you know? All time, like if I were to say, I mean, I think Miguel. Give me Miguel. Social Network's a great comfort film. Kang the Ultron. I would say probably Kang would win that one, but I don't know. We never saw the full extent of his power in the show, unfortunately. We got a super chat from David Barnes. How do you think the military will cover up the gates in season 5? I believe there will probably be a military base constructed in downtown Hawkins, as we've seen in like set pics. There's like barriers and fences up. That could probably be the case with that, covering up the destruction. I would say they probably construct a base right around there, much like how in the earlier seasons, I think of season 2, like, how the demo dogs come up in Hawkins Lab. They've got a big presence there, monitoring that gate. I feel like something similar will happen in downtown Hawkins in season 5. But love the Stranger Things question, and they give it the super chat. Steve or Jonathan? Give me Steve all day. I'm about to sneeze, by the way. So, I think there's a sneeze brewing. If JJ Maybank and Steve Harrington had a fight, who would win? I'm trying not to sneeze. Hold on. Oh, I'm in pain. My nose is messed up right now. Wait, hold on. Give me a sec. If JJ and Steve had a fight, who would win? I would take... they're both scrappy, but depending on the day, I'm going to take Steve. Why not? Steve with the bat. Sorry, my nose is like freaking out right now. My allergies are acting up. Wow. How would I rank the Toby trilogy in order of release? 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 are like right there. It's 5 out of 5s pretty much. And then 3 is below it. It's like a meme, but I still love it. Oh, my nose is going crazy right now. Let's see. Okay. If you could go onto any film set to see how it was made, which one would you choose? I would probably say... shoot, let me think. Let me see. It would probably have to be something that's like old school, like damn near the first Star Wars. Or maybe, you know what? I would love to see how they shot like in person. Like I've seen behind the scenes footage, but to see them shoot Raiders of the Lost Ark, like the opening scene would be something special, I feel. So I would say like Raiders or, one of the beloved movies for me. One of those, I'd say. Sorry, let me adjust. My nose is tripping right now. Okay. Whew. Mantra says, first time in a live stream of yours. Been following your Cobra Kai footage. Loved your reactions and agreed with many of your takes. Keep it up, my guy. Well, thank you so much. Welcome. Glad to have you here. And I had a lot of fun with those reactions. Like I said earlier, very tedious, very meticulous with the editing, but rewarding to get those out. So I appreciate it. And thank you for the support. Glad to have some new faces in the stream. Let's see. 11 or Max? I prefer Max as a character. I do. Yeah. In terms of who'd win in a fight, it's a no-brainer. But I would give me Max. I prefer her. This is just setting me up for failure, Grayson. That's what you're doing here. Because you guys know the answer, but I love them both so much that I can't. I mean, I don't want to answer it, but just you'll have to. You know what? I'm going to hit you with an ambiguous ending. Imagine I just ended the stream there. Oh man, that would have been something. We've been going for an hour 34, by the way, steadily. Still lots of you guys hanging out in here firing off questions. So keep them coming. Keep them coming. We'll go a little longer. And yeah, keep them coming. Hit that like button if you're in here. I know we got 80 people in here, so hit that like button again if you're in here on the replay as well. And super chat is the way to go. Again, to guarantee I get your question, comment, or concern. And I think we're like 5 super chats off from that little goal thing that I set. So that would be sick. Who wants to help me get there? I'm going to actually have to blow my nose soon, I think. We're going to push through. Okay. Matt, and then Flightman will answer that one next. Matt says, which do you think dominates the summer, Superman or F4? Neither. Jurassic. I know that's a tough pill to swallow for a lot of people, but I think Jurassic dominates them both. Jurassic's doing $1 billion. Book it. Now, between those two, I think F4 is going to outgross it. But again, I don't think that matters. I think Jurassic is going to beat both of them. It comes out before both of them. It's a dinosaur movie. That movie's going to do numbers. It also has like big stars in it. $1 billion film. And you have to look worldwide. It could do okay in the US, but in other countries, numbers, run it up. Do I think 11 could die in Training Season 5? Yes, very possible. Very possible. No one is safe. It's the final season. They could kill them all. Flightman says predictions on what we will see out of Stranger Things spin-off shows. Shoot, let me think. I've seen like conflicting reports. One of them was like, we're not going to have any characters from this Stranger Things show. It's going to be the final time we see them. So that'd be cool to just like have them right off into the sunset. So anytime this comes up, I always give my pitch. It's something I'd love to see, a prequel with Joyce and Hopper in high school. I think that's the route they would have gone if not for the Stranger Things first Shadow play, which already kind of has that going for it. It's in the 50s. Joyce, Hopper, they're in high school. So, I don't know what's going to happen, but I almost want to say we're going to get a spin-off show that's just a completely new batch of characters, and I'm okay with that. In a completely new city, maybe not even dealing with the Upside Down, just like a new threat. Who's to say? We'll see. Whatever they do, I'm going to watch, obviously. Okay. So I answered this one earlier, but I really would be down to see that Miyagi spinoff. Again, I would like to see a Devin Lee spinoff with like her, Anthony Kenny, but that would basically just be Cobra Kai season 7, So it's tough. The comic director, which friend group would you rather be in? The Pogues from Outer Banks or the Hawkins kids from Stranger Things? Well, in current day, I mean, I'm more closer in age to the Pogues. But I also think that a lot of those Pogues are real idiots at times. I would probably have to say the Stranger Things gang. You guys already know. They have my heart. Let's see. Yeah, this summer is stacked. I was looking at April. April's sneaky stacked, bro. Ready? The Last of Us Season 2, April 13th. Andor Season 2, April 22nd. And You Season 5, April 24th. Theatrically, I believe we are in a drought that month. Let me actually double check real quick. I have my watch list. Let me check. Theatrically, are we in a drought in April? Sort of. So, I guess so. We have a Minecraft movie, Sinners, which is that movie we talked about earlier, and then The Accountant 2. Those are ones I have written down. Probably some other ones as well, but on the world of television, we are getting fed because we're still going to have Daredevil dropping too, guys. April's about to be a TV month. Damn near the year of TV over movies. I will say it. Too early to make that call, but television is on pace to be. I mean, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man rocks. I got to see it all at once, and I have a review on the channel. Check it out. Cobra Kai stuck the landing. Invincible, hit or miss for me, but I am enjoying it. It does. This show, I'm not going to lie, there will be moments where I literally, like, I'm out loud, like, this is pissing me off. But then there are moments where I'm like, hell yeah, just give me Alan and Omni-Man and screw everyone else on the show. Like, it's a frustrating experience to watch the show for me. And then there's this portion of people online who were like, Invincible is the greatest show ever made. It is the best show on television. And I think that is just illusion. But we all have our opinions. A lot of people are like, Stranger Things sucks. Like, good for you. Cobra Kai sucks. Good for you. Whatever. I'm just saying, like, I cannot fathom thinking Invincible is the greatest show ever made. I can't. It's not even the best Amazon superhero show. The Boys in Gen V are better. So that's my opinion. I really loved Invincible season 1. Season 2 is solid. Season 3, like, it's. I have a review. That's all I'll say. I have a review. What's your least anticipated MCU movie after Brave New World? Probably, least anticipated, the one the least excited for. Maybe damn near that Blade movie at this point, because I know it's still in development, but will it ever even come out? Beyond the Spider-Verse or Batman Part 2? So you're saying, like, if I could watch one right now, I'm watching the Batman Part 2 over. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change my answer. I think if I were to watch one right now, I would actually want to see Beyond the Spider-Verse because of the cliffhanger of Across. So I think I would want to watch Beyond because I can wait for the Batman 2 a little longer. It didn't end on some cliffhanger. Oh, I need to see what happens next. There's probably going to be a time jump. Like, in terms of wanting to see the story play out, Beyond, because I would want closure with that trilogy. But I am more excited for the Batman Part 2, if that makes sense. All right, where was I? Okay. Robbie and Joyce, what a random interaction that would be. Do I think Rebirth will have cameos or mentions of previous characters? I think the Jurassic World Rebirth will mention past events and characters, but I don't think that, like, Pratt's going to show up or Bryce Dallas Howard's going to be in it. That would be crazy, but I think they want to make it their own trilogy for now. They might have some surprises in store, though. Do I think Snow White will have better reviews than Brave New World and a better box office run? I think I don't know. I think it will have better reviews. I don't know if it'll make more money, though. So I'm going to say, I don't know. If I could see the total for Brave New World, I would have a better answer for you, but I don't know what it's projected to fully make. I would say Captain America is going to have the better domestic opening weekend. I think it opened to like 88, like 93 if you count the extra days or something. But, I would say Captain America probably going to beat it out. Gavin says, is there a chance Dune 1 and 2 will grow on you? Very much so. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, I'll probably watch them again when the new one comes out. So that'll be the next time I actively seek them out, if I had to be honest. But yeah, they could. Which of the Cobra Kai kids could I beat in a fight? I feel like I would rock Mitch. Oh my God, I would enjoy it too. I would rock Lapusso as well. Miguel and Robbie would whoop my ass. Sam would whip my ass. Tori would whip my ass. Hawk would probably beat. Obviously, Hawk would beat me. If we're just talking an all-out brawl, I think I could get Dimitri. I think I could. I would not try and engage in some karate combat. I would like try and tackle these people and like wrestle. That's how I would win the fight. Oh man. Bert would probably get the best of me though. I think Bert would have my number. I have never seen Mindhunter. I know it's Fincher's Netflix show. I've heard that it like ends on a sort of cliffhanger. And so I've kind of avoided it because I don't want to be left wondering what could have been. Mickey 17 or Sinners? Which one am I more excited for? Probably Mickey 17 because it's Bong Joon-ho. We shall see, though. Sonic 4 or Godzilla X Kong sequel? Both come out in March 2027. Which one do you look forward to more? I'm not a fan of either franchise, really, if you guys didn't know that, but I would probably say I'm more intrigued by Sonic 4. The Monsterverse, I'm fully burnt out on. Yeah, so I have seen these photos, but I'm not going to make any videos on them until anything's like made official, just because it feels leaky to me too much, and I kind of make judgment calls on what I make videos on or not, and I just don't want to cover that. So there's certain things I will cover, certain things I won't, and that's when I'm like, I'm going to let that one rest and not cover it. So I have seen all the photos. I know you guys have asked. There will be Stranger Things, videos coming soon, but I wanna make sure it's in good faith. Dank Sinatra in the house. Shout out Dank. Silver with a super chat says, "Hi, remember watching your streams back in 2020 with certain vids, film geeks, etc. So cool to see how much your channel has grown since then." Shout out to certain vids. I don't know what happened to certain vids. All love the certain vids, by the way. Nothing bad to say about certain vids, but what an era that was. I mean, yeah, that was a fun time. Weekly streams with certain and film geeks were like a thing. Film geeks, my boy Trevor, obviously. But yeah, that was such a fun time. And that was like the only real people in the world I was communicating with outside of like family, because we were all locked in for COVID. And it was like April 2020. And wow, that's an OG, Silver, an OG subscriber right there. I had like 500 subscribers maybe. I didn't even have 1,000 subscribers back then. That's how long ago that was. So what a time. Yeah, that was fun. I'm nostalgic for that sometimes. We would watch like movies, and we would all assign each other movies to watch and like talk about them on stream. Real fun times. Truly. I think I streamed every day or every Wednesday from like April or May to November in 2020. Like I didn't miss a week. It was my thing. Every Wednesday I looked forward to. It was the highlight of my week, was a Wednesday live stream. So because of that, I've tried to stick to Wednesday streams. It's been like the night that I like to do streams on. So major throwback right there. Wow. Stirring up the nostalgia here. And obviously I love the... Let me make sure that's who that is. Yeah, my screen is so small right now. Yeah, that's Kendall Roy. Jeremy Strong from Succession, for those who are wondering. But no, great profile picking. Thank you for the super chat. What a major throwback right there. I think Stranger Things 5 is going to come out in the fall. I've kind of settled on that, probably October or onward. After Secret Wars, would you rather the MCU reboot or hard reboot? Soft reboot or hard reboot? Probably soft, but medium reboot, meaning like keep the Fantastic Four around, keep Spider-Man around, but kind of just let other characters go. I'm kind of good. I don't need this Hemsworth Thor anymore. I'm kind of good on a lot of things that they're working with. So it's difficult. They have so many characters that they could still work with. It's tough. They've got themselves in a tough spot. Truly. I think you could take on Anthony. Which national treasure had the best villain, Sean Bean or Ed Harris? Sean Bean. Oh my God, Ian, right? That's his name in the first movie. Come on, Sean Bean's the man in that movie. Let's see. It was a nostalgic time. Truly, it was really a special time. Those streams, way back in the day. I'm going to wrap it up here in like 3 minutes. So if you have anything you're dying to ask me, fire it off now. And if you want to guarantee I get to it, super chat it in. Other than that, hit the like button, and we'll go for a little bit longer here, a couple more minutes. Elijah says, keep, burn, watch, and rent. Superman, Thunderbolts, Jurassic World Rebirth, Fantastic Four First Steps. That's so hard. I don't know. I think I would love to keep Fantastic Four because I feel like I'm going to love it. I just got a feeling, and I would want to revisit that. I would have to watch... this is super difficult, guys. Super difficult. You know what? One of these is not like the other, right? And so I have an easy out here. Here's my easy out. I'll watch Superman. I guess I'll rent Thunderbolts, which is kind of the same as watching to me. And then burn Jurassic just because of the track record of Jurassic movies. I'm just playing it safe there, but I am maybe more excited for Jurassic than some of the other movies on here, honestly. Who would win, Bully McGuire or Mr. Miyagi? Bully McGuire. He's an enhanced being. Think about it. Yeah, I think he would rock Miyagi. Now dig on this. Top 5 favorite TV show characters? That's a great question that I do not have the answer to off the top of my head because there's so many. Hopper from Stranger Things would definitely be in consideration. Johnny might be in consideration from Cobra Kai. Kendall Roy from Succession would be in consideration. Jesse Pinkman and Saul Goodman would be in consideration. The freaking Hound from Game of Thrones would be in consideration. Dennis from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. There are so many characters that are in consideration for that. Very difficult to answer that. Wild Robots on the list. I am hoping to maybe get around to some Oscar movies this weekend, but I cannot guarantee that. But that's one that I would love to actually finally sit down and watch. Thoughts on Shang-Chi? I enjoyed it quite a bit. I do think it deserves a sequel. I don't know why we haven't had one yet. It makes no sense to me. No sense to me. Thoughts on Matt Damon playing Odysseus? Hell yeah, it's deserved. I don't know if... Yeah, I think that 100% yes to this. Yes, it's deserved. Damon's been in a couple Nolan films in the past, and I hope that's like... You know what would be sick is if that's like his acting Oscar win. We saw Brad Pitt get his. We saw Leo get his. Let's let Matt Damon get one. It's deserved. It's time. Favorite movie character? Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones. Doc Brown's kind of in that conversation, though. Matt says, do you think the only proper ending for you is the death or imprisonment of Joe Goldberg? Yes. And I think the death would honestly be the most fitting. Like, the death of Joe Goldberg needs to happen. If he just gets away and like starts another life, like the show's never ending. It's a cycle, I guess. But we'll see. We'll see. You think Sean should have been in Cobra Kai season 5? Him and Kenny as King Prince Cobra be a great threat in parallel to Robbie and Miguel being enemies to brothers. I don't know. Sean definitely could have had a more prominent role, but I did like that he had his little moment in part 1 of the season. Gavin says, any Oscar snubs in 2024? To me, let me think. What did I... Oh, yeah. The biggest one to me is Challengers. I think Challengers score should have been nominated. I think Challenger should have been nominated for a lot of things. It just wasn't. Best Picture, genuinely. Directing, editing. I don't know if it got nominated for a single damn thing, actually. Cinematography, I don't care. And Zendaya for performance. I will say that. That's my opinion. We're all entitled to our opinions. But I would say Challengers was the movie for me that got the most snubbed. And that is almost going to bring the stream to an end. I'm going to answer like 2 more, and then that'll be that. Favorite movie 2025? I answered this one earlier. I don't really even have an answer. I said flip a coin. That's my answer. Flip a coin between Hard Eyes and Brave New World. Was I shocked they didn't bring Hilary Swank back? No. I don't think I ever really bought into this. People were always like, oh, Julie Pierce. And I was like, maybe. But then I saw the creators say like the budget would be crazy, and I kind of get it. I never saw the next Karate Kid. It's the only Karate Kid movie I haven't seen. But I'm not surprised that she didn't return. And the final question of the chat, or of the stream, will be... Let's see. I'm scrolling. I'm trying to find a really good one. Let's see. I will go with... I will be doing this, but the final question. What duo would you like to see more of in Stranger Things 5? I would love to see a new duo. And I don't want to say that because I've talked about it enough and it's going to be coming in a recent video. I will say, give me more of Dustin and Steve, because Dustin and Steve are lovable. I think that we need to go on in their relationship, especially with Dustin mourning the loss of Eddie. Dustin and Steve, one last ride. Give it to me. But that'll do it for this live Q&A. Went for almost 2 hours, longest stream I've done in a hot minute. So thank you guys if you joined live or on the replay. If you watched on the replay, hit that like button and comment down below letting me know you checked it out on the replay. But if you're in here live, thank you guys so much. The super chats meant a lot. The questions, just hang out if you hit the like button. If you just silently observed, thank you for being here. It truly does mean the world. I always have fun on these streams, so it was good to do another one. And stay tuned for a short dropping tonight, and then that'll be that for today. I didn't get a long video out today, but I have a lot of recent videos posted that you should check out or catch up on if you have not yet. But that'll do it. Appreciate you guys for watching as always. And until next time, see you guys later.